ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
What's some nice looking piernas right over here on an action figure, looking pretty good.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Studios, the first 10 years series, Captain America, the First Avenger, Red Skull, and Electronic Tesseract, San Diego Comic-Con 2018 exclusive. I gotta give a big thanks to Hasbro for making this review possible. If you want to check out your Hasbro toys, you can find them at Hasbro Toy Shop, link in the description below. And I really like the packaging over here. I really like the Studio series so far. We get this clear plastic right over here, over the Hydra logo, looking pretty cool. It looks like this will open up right here in the center. On the side you can see these little buttons and everything. You can actually feel the buttons on there. You get the poster from Captain America, the First Avenger. Then on the very back you can see the Red Skull Hydra logo right there, and then we get this little read-up on Red Skull. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. And then on the very top you can see some blue light action, and then we just get some detail right over here at the very bottom, looking very realistic. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Red Skull and the cubes out of the packaging. Now I've heard a lot of people say that this is too expensive of a set. I actually disagree with that, especially because I've been really wanting to have a 1-to-1 scale cosmic cube, so I'm very happy about having the cube. I like that we're getting this different Red Skull from the first 10 years version, so I don't have that first 10 years retail version of the Red Skull. I will be getting it soon, hopefully, but I do like this figure as it is. It does look pretty awesome, but first I want to take a look at the packaging once again, because there's some interesting things about that packaging that I didn't take a look at earlier. I usually don't go backwards like this, but it is worth taking a look at the packaging. So this is sealed at the very bottom on each side, so you have to cut that open, and then you can see that there's Velcro holding this front piece together. And then looking on the inside, of course I already took the figure out, but you can see we have some nice images of Captain America right over there, all smart varnish. We get the profile for Cap, there's Red Skull, and on this side you can see Hydra Soldier profiles and tech images right there with the cards, and then that's where the cube's stored, and that cube is stored over there. So you're just looking at the cosmic cube, or the 1-to-1 scale cosmic cube anyway, and I really like this a lot. This is really cool. I mean, I have normal sized hands, you know, I don't have gigantic hands or anything, but yeah, this is pretty amazing. I think this is cool. You know who has huge hands? Tom Hardy. I got a high five from Tom Hardy over at San Diego Comic-Con this year. That guy's got like meat muscles in his freaking palms, dude. Big dude. But anyway, this is pretty neat. We get this clear case that goes all the way around it. I prefer not to have mine with the case, you know. I think it looks a little cooler taking it out, and you can see that there's just this little tab that, you know, just sticks out, an opening that you could peel, you know, that whole cover off of, and I think this looks really neat. You could see a lot of the plastic detail from the inside right here, and it's made out of this translucent blue plastic. You can see tiny little scuffs right here. I don't know how I did that, but they are there. So I think this is pretty nifty, and it does have a light up feature, so you can see this piece right here. The way this comes, well, there it goes. So you just push down on that and you can take it apart, and you can see that we get this little ball right over here, and this is pretty nifty, and I like all the sculpted detail that we're seeing on the inside of that. That's pretty cool. Looks really nice. And then you actually have to install this yourself, so you can see the batteries inside. You just need to take a screwdriver, you lift that up, and then you just put 2 AAA batteries on this side, 1 AAA battery right there, and there's this piece of, you know, this white band that goes around it to secure everything, and you just screw it back on there, and then you hit the button and it starts lighting this blue light right here, which looks really cool. You can just put it right back in here, and then put this all back together like so. Wait, make sure I'm doing it the right way. Yep, there it goes. And I think that looks pretty nifty. It shines okay. It's not incredibly bright, but it's, you know, it looks pretty good. Having all these lights on around here though doesn't really help make it look very bright though. So if I turn off all the lights on this review station, I have a window in this garage too, but wow, that looks really cool to me. I'm very pleased with that. If you see it look like it's flickering, because in my viewfinder it looks like it's flickering, it's not flickering in person, so that's probably just the video camera picking it up. I don't know exactly why it's doing that, but I think this looks pretty neat. I'm pleased with this Cosmic Cube. I think this is really cool, actually. I feel the power of the Infinity Stone inside. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, I dig that. And it tends to dim down and, you know, fade back up, you know, so Like, yeah, so it's kind of like it's glowing, or it feels like it's alive. I don't think it has any settings or anything like that. Not that I'm aware of. If you're aware of that, please let me know in the comment section. But I feel like it's just, you know, you turn it on, you could shut it off. It'll shut off on its own in a couple minutes. You know, it doesn't take that long for it to shut off. But if I push down on it right here, you can see it's just, you know, dimming out. But if I hit it again, maybe if I hold down on it, it'll do something different. I remember when I reviewed the Infinity Gauntlet, I forgot about the feature where it could stay on a whole lot longer if you hold it down. So I'm thinking maybe it'll do the same with this. Now it's actually really pulsing. You could see it like fading in and out kind of a lot more, or at least at a more steady rate than it was earlier if it was doing that earlier. Let's see. Put this on. Ooh, yeah, it's kind of fading in and out a little bit more. I think that's cool, so it's like it's pulsing. I really like the Cosmic Cube. Let's see what it looks like while it's inside the plastic case right here. You want to, you know, make sure that it's in good condition the whole time, you know, so you don't have little scuffs on it like mine. That's how it looks. It doesn't really dim the light too much. I don't know, there's just something about holding it like this. I just think it looks cooler. And here's the cube that comes for the Red Skull figure, and you can see it looks pretty good. I don't know, tiny little lines right over there. Not too bad. It's the same sculpt as the cube that we'd gotten for the comic version, though the comic book version is a brighter blue color. You know, this movie version right here is a little bit darker, but yeah, very similar looking cubes. And you could get Red Skull holding this cube in his right hand. He has an open palm right there for the right hand. Wish he had interchangeable hands, but yeah, you can see that he'll hold it okay. You gotta try to like wedge it between his thumb and index finger to get him holding it so that he could hold it like, I don't know, like he's gonna attack Captain America with it or something. I don't know. I thought that was kind of fun to do, even though I don't remember him specifically doing that. But yeah, you can see you can get him holding it like this. He'll hold it upside down a little bit, so that's pretty neat. Just adds to some posing options, you know. And of course, if you have the Tamashii Nation's blue lightning effects, it goes pretty well with this. I think that's pretty nifty. Again, stick around for the photo gallery at the end. So here's looking at this Red Skull head sculpt next to some images of the Hugo Weaving Red Skull from the movie, and I think they did a pretty good job, even though I do have some nitpicks over here with the head sculpt. I do like it though. One thing is I feel like it could have been made with a little bit more of like a matted paint. I feel like it's a little bit more reflective, and then I feel like there's just a little bit too much black paint over the red, but for the most part I really like seeing a black wash over red. I think it does look very cool. I feel like the chin could be a little bit wider, but I mean, these are very subtle nitpicks. For the most part, I think this looks great. I'm very pleased with it. I like all the wrinkles. I think the eyes came out looking pretty good. Oh, maybe that left eye is a little lower than the right. It's ever so slightly off, right? But it's not too bad. I'm digging it. I like that a lot. You can see the ear right there on the side. It would have been nice if they came with an interchangeable, you know, flesh-faced Red Skull, you know, a Hugo Weaving head sculpt. That would have been pretty neat to see. But yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. And then the neck looks pretty good right over there too, so not too shabby. And I do like how his jacket looks and everything. This is really cool. So apparently this is the same as the retail version, which, you know, I don't have a complaint about. I like that we get this nicely sculpted Hydra logo right there on the side. That looks really good. Nice clean red paint over there, so that came out very well. And you can see all the stitching and stuff in the sculpt. That looks great. Right arm looks pretty good. I wish he had interchangeable hands too. I guess that's my biggest gripe, is I wish there were interchangeable parts with the figure, you know, something to set it apart a little bit more so than the retail version, even though I do like that the retail version comes with the Hydra Soldier heads. Would have been cool to get that Hugo Weaving head sculpt. But anyway, looking at the belt right there, that looks really cool. I'm digging that. And then he has this whole, you know, this trench coat piece that is unique to this SDCC exclusive, where the retail version does not have this. And you can see some nice stitching detail in there. Nice clean red paint on it and buttons. Nice silver paint right there. So I'm pleased with that. Then you can see the legs underneath right here. Very militaristic looking pants. And he has some nice black paint over there on those linings. And then we get these very glossy boots, which look great. I think that is very cool. He has peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Really like these shiny boots, though. These are pretty cool. I dig that. I do like the articulation on this figure. You can get his head looking back a bit. You can see there's kind of like this little bit of a lip on the back of his head, so just make sure that that's coming over the collar when you tilt the head back, and you can see that works out pretty well. Nice red paint underneath right there. It doesn't match the head perfectly. I feel like the head could have been this color. It would have looked a little bit more film accurate to me if it looked more like the neck red right there. But anyway, you can make the head look downward that much, and you get side-to-side motion and no real head pivoting. It just barely shifts shift side to side. Shoulders move outward just that much, move downward. You could rotate up that much. I wish there were butterfly joints, you know, so you can get those arms inward a little bit more, but you could do a full 360 right there. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, then both hands have wrist rotation that can move side to side and hinge up and down. We get a diaphragm joint where it could turn side to side, crunch forward a little bit, crunch back some, and you get some diaphragm pivot. We also get a waist joint, which I really like. And then we have hips that can move outward just that far. The trench coat does get in the way a bit, so you can get the legs just moving outward that much. You can't get the left leg moving out more than that or forward more than that. You can get the right leg moving forward more so, obviously, because of the slit right there. And you can get the legs moving back just a little bit if you'd like. You also get upper thigh rotation, and then we also get double jointed knees, and then we get ankles that move down, and they do move up just a little bit, and he does have ankle pivot. Now to measure out the height of this Red Skull figure, you can see that he's standing a little over 6 inches tall. And then for your MCU Red Skull comparison, you can see we have the SDCC exclusive Marvel Legend next to the Marvel Select, and I do like this Marvel Select Red Skull figure. I actually do like the paint that they used on the head more so than the Marvel Legend head paint right there, but I do like this facial expression a bit more. I also like that this guy comes with the gun. You know, it would have been nice if the Marvel Legend figure came with a gun too. Then here's our MCU version of Red Skull next to one of our comic versions of Red Skull. I don't think this head sculpt belongs to this body. I think I had swapped the head. I think this was part of the Onslaught head that was supposed to go on that Build-A-Figure, and I put it on this body because I liked it more. But anyway, you can see that this has a wide open hand on the left side. It would have been nice to get interchangeable hands. I like that he can hold a gun. I wish this figure was able to hold a gun. If you wanted to do a head swap, I'm kind of curious to see how that would look. So let's go ahead and put the end. Oof. That looks way too big. But this one kind of fits on there okay. It doesn't actually look too bad. Oop, I found the head sculpt that goes to that Red Skull body. And let's go ahead and try. Oh, if I could. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that is on there, and that actually looks pretty cool. I like that. So you could make this work as a comic version Red Skull, right? I don't know. That doesn't look too awful to me. Not the most perfect fit, but not bad, right? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And then here's Red Skull next to the other Marvel Studios first 10 years figures that I've reviewed so far. We have Ronan the Accuser, and then we have the Captain America and Crossbones from the 2-pack. I do have 3 other first 10 years figures to review. I have the Mark 7 Iron Man, and then I have both the Thor and Sif 2-pack and the Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket 2-pack. So let me know out of those 3 you want me to review first. But then keep in mind that I have a lot of other figures to review, like some Mezcos. Yeah, stay tuned for those. Then here's our MCU Red Skull figure. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Ooh, you got something on your face there, buddy. Hey, you know, if you want me to wipe that off for you, I can... What? Whoa. Oh, it's been a while since I've been out here. Ooh, so pretty. I gotta thank you guys once again for watching my video. I really do appreciate it, especially when you watch from the very beginning to the end. It really does help out the channel quite a bit, as well as when you hit that like button if you like the video. Please leave your comment down below letting me know what you think of this exclusive set, and let me know what you think of the review. And if you have not hit subscribe yet, please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. I really do like this figure a lot, and I think it's really cool that Hasbro did make a retail version to go along with this SDCC exclusive. So it does feel like a special exclusive figure having this trench coat version. I do think it would have been cool if we'd gotten a little bit more accessories though. It's about 65 bucks, so it's kind of a lot of money for the cube and the Red Skull, but I don't know, man. I'm geeking out over the cube. I'm happy to finally have a movie Red Skull figure. This is my first movie Red Skull from Marvel Legends in my collection, so I'm pretty stoked about it, and I am giving it a Sun rating of...
It's not too bad.
And again, I'm curious to know what you guys think, so please go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you'd like to see a photo gallery of images, you can find it over at marvelousnews.com and ShartimusPrime.net, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
We're shot.